We are back. This is the ad groups video. So this is a foundational part of the course as well. So a reminder, the hierarchy goes account, campaign, ad group, and then keywords and ads. So we're going to talk about the structure. We're going to talk about how it all works, and let's get after it. So here's what we're going to cover. What are ad groups? Structuring ad groups effectively, grouping keywords and ads, and some best practices for ad groups to get the best results. So as always, go to coreyprince.ca/newsletter for important updates regarding this course, and follow me on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Corey Prince Google Ads for exclusive content. I appreciate it. And share the course. If you know somebody who could use more customers in their business or on their social media, or just in general, if they want to get more activity and they want to attract people to them, Google Ads is a really powerful way to do that. And warning, this is the most important video of the course at the present time, so don't skip, don't fast forward, and just watch the thing all the way through. So pro tip, watch the video in double speed if you'd like to hear me sound like a chipmunk. And I'm drinking Red Bull, so I might go to double speed here too. So what are ad groups? Ad groups they contain one or more ads that share similar targets. Each of your campaigns is made up of one or more groups, one or more ad groups. You can use ad groups to organize your ads by a common theme. For example, try separating ad groups into different product or service types you offer. This is a basic structure of an ad group. So account level is your account with your unique password, email, billing information. Campaign, budget and settings. Each campaign has its own individual budget and settings. And then right directly underneath campaign is ad group. So ad group, ad group, ad group, ad group, and each ad group has ads and the keywords in it. So the keywords that will trigger the ads to show, and the ads that will show when those keyword search phrases are searched. So structuring ad groups effectively. We want to group keywords and ads by theme. We're going to organize ad groups around specific themes or product categories to maintain focus and relevancy. This is a major mistake a lot of people make in Google Ads, is they try to do just very few or one ad group and then just have all the keywords underneath it. You're going to get traffic doing that, but you're going to get traffic searching for irrelevant search terms to the ads that you're going to serve. So it's much better to make them narrower and have more of them, but have them be really tightly organized, which I'll go into in a minute here. So create focused ad groups. Limit the number of keywords in each ad group to ensure ads are highly relevant to the search queries. So I recommend anywhere from 3 to 5 keywords per ad group, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. What that will do is those keyword terms are going to be so close to each other, the way you structure it, that when any one of them is searched, the ad that's triggered can be the same. It doesn't have to be completely different per each keyword, because those keyword phrases are so similar to each other, if that makes sense. So tailor ads to keywords. Write ad copy that directly relates to the keywords in the ad group, enhancing ad relevance and quality scores. So this just ties on to what I just said. Basically, you want the ad groups to be so tightly grouped together as far as the keywords within them that any of those keyword phrases or searches in that particular ad group triggering an ad, any of the ads you have running can show, and it's going to make sense to the user. And you're going to get a high expected click-through rate, which is a real key determining factor in your quality score, which is how you rank in the auction. You want a high quality score. It means you pay less money for the same placement as another advertising, meaning you pay less per customer, less per click. You can utilize negative keywords, implement negative keywords to prevent irrelevant traffic and ensure ads are shown to the right audience. I'm going to do an entire video on negative keywords further down in the course. In the very beginning, you probably won't have too many, if any, negative keywords in your campaign unless you add them. What I typically recommend is as you go through the course, as you go through your campaign and you get data and you get impressions, you're going to see, okay, what are people searching that's triggering my ad? And when you go look at that data, occasionally you'll see one where you're like, well, that's not relevant. I don't want somebody searching that triggering my ad because they're not going to be a customer for me. You can add that as a key, as a negative keyword. So I'll go into that later, of course. And the benefits of well-structured ad groups, they're going to improve your click-through rate. They're going to enhance your quality scores. They're going to lower your cost per click and just boost overall campaign performance. This is really, really important. This is going to get you a much better result, which is what you're looking after, I would assume. So here's just a breakdown of a electronics store who's running some ads, let's say. So account level on the very top, campaign. We're going to do 2 different campaigns. The theme is going to be televisions for one and cameras for the other. To break down subgroups of that, which is what an ad group is from a campaign, would be flat screen TVs and plasma TVs, or for cameras would be digital cameras or compact cameras. So I hope that gives you an idea of what I mean by breaking down the hierarchy and the levels. If you made a campaign called televisions and then an ad group called televisions, you'd get traffic depending on what keywords you chose, but they might be looking for a specific kind of television. So your click-through rate when they see the impression of the ad that doesn't mention that specific television will be lower, which will in turn lower your quality score and just cost you more money for clicks that aren't relevant to your business or what you actually sell. So grouping keywords and ads. Move this over here. So enhanced relevance. When you group keywords and ads, this ensures that each ad group contains closely related keywords, improving the relevance of your ads. This leads to higher click-through rates and better ad performance. I harp on this and I continually push this point over and over. Ad relevance and keyword grouping is extremely important because it delivers a better user experience for somebody searching on Google. That is what Google's value is. A lot of people think that Google just sells ads and that's how they make their money. It doesn't really matter what the ad says. And that's not true. The reason people use Google is if you go on Google and you search something, the likelihood that what you're looking for in that first search in the first page or the first couple positions on the first page is so extremely high that you've bought into it as a brand that just gives you what you want. So if they started delivering ads that weren't that, they would lose their value. So they're willing to sell advertising space, but only for relevant searches. So keep that in mind. So improved quality score can come from grouping keywords. So Google Ads uses quality score to determine the position and cost of your ads. Grouping keywords properly can enhance quality score by aligning ad copy with keyword intent, thereby lowering costs and increasing visibility. So intent comes up in my talks a lot. And the reason that it does is because Google search specifically is like an intent machine. If you look at historical and worldwide searches by people, you basically can find out what their intent is based on what they search, what they're looking for, what they're thinking, what they're worried about. It's all about search intent. And that's what makes Google Ads such a powerful platform compared to a Facebook or some of these other ad platforms, where you can actually go at the exact time that they're searching, we know what their intent is, and then we can deliver something that we're selling or that we're offering that is exactly aligned with what they're looking for. And then the path of least resistance is them purchasing your product or booking an appointment or whatever that might be for you, right? So streamline management when you group keywords and ads. Organizing keywords into themed groups simplifies campaign management. This allows for more targeted ad copy, easier performance tracking, and more effective adjustments based on analytics. And budget optimization. By grouping keywords with similar performance metrics, you can allocate your budget more effectively. This ensures that high-performing keywords get the necessary investment while low-performing ones are reevaluated or paused. So true. where you allocate your money on Google Ads is going to make a big difference on your return. So if you just turn it on, let it happen, and just the money goes where the money goes and the clicks go where the clicks go, you're going to have probably poor results. But if you continually look at what's working and then divert resources to the ones that are working and doubling and tripling down on them, while removing the keyword phrases or the ad groups or the campaigns in general that are not working, you can continually optimize. And that's what's given me the success I've had with Google Ads since 2010, is I've been optimizing, repeatedly. In the beginning, I was doing it every day or every couple of days. And then I got to a point where it was so optimized, I don't have to do that anymore. But when you're starting, or when you're trying to optimize a specific campaign, you need enough impressions, enough clicks, enough conversions to see what's working versus what's not working. And then you can double down on the stuff that is working. Enhanced user experience, delivering more relevant ads to users based on their search queries improves user satisfaction. This can lead to higher engagement rates and potentially higher conversion rates as users find exactly what they're looking for. So people on Google searching and finding exactly what they're looking for is absolutely the reason that I believe in Google. And it's absolutely the reason why everybody else uses Google. 4+ people out of 5 who are searching on the internet use Google as well, as they just deliver what we want. It's that simple. And if you can think about that from the perspective of the user, of yourself being a Google user, when you're delivering ads to these people, you'll do much better. Because what would you want to see? If you put in X term, what would you want to see for an ad? What would be really compelling? What would really captivate you to click that ad, book the call, purchase the product, or whatever it happens to be? So here's an example of a campaign for cakes that is hypothetical, but this is just an account structure, so it can show you what ad groups and what keywords would apply. So the ad group, the first one we're going to call birthday cakes. That's a subset of cakes. And the keywords could be birthday cakes for kids, custom birthday cake, chocolate birthday cake, and birthday cake ideas. So that gives you an idea of what subset of what ad group, so what keywords of what ad group would make sense to trigger ads that are about birthday cakes, trying to either sell birthday cakes directly or get somebody to call or get somebody to visit your birthday cake store. Let's say the next ad group is wedding cakes. Keywords would be wedding cake, custom wedding cake designs, tiered wedding cakes, and then wedding cake bakeries could be another one as well. Now, these aren't exhaustive. There's obviously thousands of different keywords that you could put in there, but this just gives you an idea of the structure that makes the most sense and is tightly grouped enough that when somebody searches custom wedding cake and your ad says custom wedding cake and it's in an area that's near them or has a 25% off or has a picture of the kind of cake that they're actually looking for, the likelihood they're going to click that ad's very high. Next one, let's say specialty cakes. Keyword gluten-free cake, vegan cake, sugar-free cake, specialty cake designs, custom specialty cake. It's making me hungry saying the word cake over and over, so I might have to get some cake later today. But that gives you another idea of the things that might trigger, might make sense to trigger an ad for something for specialty cakes. Is if somebody searches sugar-free cake and you don't have an ad that specifies sugar-free cake, the likelihood they're going to click it's almost zero, because they need a sugar-free cake, and everybody knows cakes have sugar. So you need something targeted to what they're actually looking for that's relevant. So some best practices: plan campaign structure early. So the ad groups that you're thinking of using and the keywords and the campaign name, think about that as you're deciding, okay, I think I want to run a campaign for this. Organize campaigns and ad groups from the start to preserve valuable performance data. What that means is if you create a campaign, you start running ads to it and the structure is not set and you need to change it, you will often lose the performance data that you've already created with your ad spend if you need to restructure and change stuff. So just think from the very beginning. If you're going to do a cake campaign, go, okay, what's going to be the best return on my investment for cakes? Okay, specialty cakes. The search volume is there by using the keyword planner. It seems to be hot and trendy right now. Let's start with that one for sure. Maybe do another ad group or another couple ad groups. And then you can see as time goes on which ones are giving you the best return. So use separate campaigns for different settings. Create distinct campaigns for different budgets or location targets. Example, separate campaigns for t-shirts and pants. You'll learn this as you go and as you work through campaigns, sort of how settings work. But yeah, location is one way in my real estate business that I've targeted really productively. Is if I want somebody who wants to sell a particular property in a particular area, I'm going to target it based on where their IP address is for their particular home. And then if they're thinking of selling, or they write, hey, thinking of selling your home, or how to sell your home for top dollar, I know that they're in Vancouver in the particular area, and we can speak to them like that when we pick up the phone and call them after they sign up on the website. So consolidate similar targets. Use a single campaign if all ads share the same budget and target the same locations. So that ties on to the point above, but yeah, just keep in mind, use a single campaign if all ads share the same budget and target the same location. So that's one way I segment my account as well, is based on location for each campaign. And you'll learn that as you go, but start simple if you haven't done this before, and just keep in the back of your mind that that is one way that you can segment your account or the structure. So narrow ad group themes. Create focused ad groups around specific themes and include relevant keywords in the ad headlines to increase relevance. So when I was speaking about sugar-free cakes in the previous slide, that's a good example of relevant keywords in the ad headline. Somebody searches chocolate sugar-free cakes and your ad says chocolate cakes, they may click it, but they're probably going to think that that's a chocolate cake with sugar, because all chocolate cakes have sugar. But if your ad says chocolate sugar-free cakes, one-off coupon, 25% off, book today, only today, limited sale, something that's got some urgency in it, the likelihood they're going to want to click that ad and see what it's all about, and maybe even make a purchase and check that task of getting a sugar-free cake off of their to-do list is pretty high. So consider that. Test multiple ads. So include at least 2 to 3 ads per ad group and use optimized ad rotation to find the best performing messages. So in one of the settings in ads, you can choose to rotate indefinitely, meaning if you have 2 ads, it'll just show alternating 50% of the traffic to each one. And that's a setting that I use often, but if you want to simplify this and you just want artificial intelligence to figure out which ad is performing best and then just continue to show that ad, just use the optimized ad rotation setting in Google Ads for ads. But make sure you're testing at least 2 ads, maybe 3 ads. And the reason being is you never really know what's going to perform. And also, don't change too much in the ad. Don't make the 2 ads completely different. What I typically want to do is I want to change just one variable per ad and then split test them, A/B split test them between each other. And what that does is it isolates the variable that's actually getting the result. So if you have 2 ads that are exactly the same and then you change the headline on one ad versus the other, then you compete them against each other and one of them outperforms the other, you know that the one variable that's attributable to the result is that new headline or that old headline. So then all you can do is throw the ad away that is not doing well, take the ad that is performing the best, copy it, and then change one variable on it, just like you did in the beginning, and just do that forever. That is how I've gotten the lead cost as low as I've gotten. I've been optimizing these ads for, over 10 years, almost 15 years. So it's not going to take you that long to do it, but you do need the data to make those decisions to determine which is actually working, which compared to what you think is going to work. Okay. So go to coreyprince.ca/newsletter for important updates regarding the course. I really appreciate when you do that. And a summary here. So key points. Give some serious thought. So give some serious thought to your ad group structure and create your campaign or campaigns with that structure already in place. The reason you want to do that, as I mentioned before, is if you need to edit the structure after, you may lose historical data, which is often used to serve your ads and improve your searches or improve your ad rotation and your results over time. So just think about the structure. Once you've done this a couple times, it will become pretty crystal clear the structure you're going to do. And then just create your ads knowing what that structure is right from the very beginning. Create focused ad groups by limiting the number of keywords in each ad group to ensure ads are highly relevant to search queries. So focused ad groups, minimal amount of keywords, tightly grouped themes, so that when somebody searches one of those keyword themes within your ad group, the ad that shows is super relevant. They look at it, they go, wow, this is what I want. They click the button and you have a high click-through rate, which is really, really advantageous for the auction. Delivering more relevant ads to users based on their search queries improves user satisfaction. This can lead to higher engagement rates and potentially higher conversion rates as users find exactly what they're looking for. I cannot stress enough that if you deliver what somebody wants, they will pay you for it and they will say thank you. And this is what you want. So as always, go to testimonial.coreyprince.ca, leave a testimonial, win special prizes. I prefer and I really appreciate the people that do video testimonials because obviously those are very powerful and it really helps us out. So I appreciate it if you see some value. I love to end on a quote. It sets the stage, gets me fired up. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and it looks like work, by Thomas Edison. And into let's get to work. So good work getting to the end of the video. Good work following through. Hopefully you're making progress and you're following along in Google Ads as well. As we progress through the course, you're going to get a lot more help as far as the ad copy and things like that. And that's going to make a big difference in your results. So again, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day.